Next up, we've got a community spotlight. We are back with our friend Sandor Dubronner. The last time we saw Sandor, he was testing Happy Model Express LRS antennas on his antenna tester and deciding whether they were well designed. He decided they were. Now he's done the same thing for DJI antennas.
Yes. So he measured both VNA and SWR of the original V2 antennas. And then he did the iFlight bombs and the iFlight crystal patch as well, just so he could get a good spec for everybody, basically. And this is one of the most detailed charts I've ever seen for a random person just doing some testing. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's obviously got some specialized gear.
Yes, he definitely does. He basically says if you need help, by the way, he's got a contact on his page, so he can help you set up your equipment to do the same thing if you have this equipment. And he's happy to help you take measurements and stuff. But he basically says, like, hey, if you don't know how to read a Smith chart or the other graphs, if you're confused, the result is that all three antennas are more or less resonant on the frequency they should be. More or less, while the channels in the VTX are not one frequency, it's a bandwidth, but they're all inside the correct range. So
yeah. It's worth pointing out, and this was pointed out to us the last time we talked about his results, that there is more to an antenna's performance than just the test that he's doing, which is not criticism of him. He's doing the test that he's capable of doing with the equipment that he's got. Somebody talked about that the iFlight the Happy Model antenna, it's been cut so that one of the legs is a different length than the other. And I think it was, what's his name from, not Video Aerial System, Hugo from True RC. I think he was making an argument that gets the impedance right, but it throws off some other characteristics that he was arguing that it wasn't actually a well-designed antenna. It just sort of has manipulated to look really good in one particular test. And of course, that's beyond my understanding. But I do feel like putting out a caveat there that these tests, I mean, I think that probably the iFlight crystal and the iFlight antennas are good antennas. But then if you say the Happy Model antenna has this weird characteristic, but it turns out it tests good. And then someone says, well, actually, that's just one test. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I could see that.
Sure.
But good results for the DJI antenna and the iFlight antennas is the takeaway.